G'day, welcome to Country Music World. I'm Mick.
I'm Jay.
Today we're going to take you to country music capital of Australia, Tamworth.
We're going to be talking to a real ridgy-dig cowboy, and he just might be looking for love, Mick.
He's not looking for love, he's looking for a wife. We're going to find him a wife.
We will. The cowboy needs a wife.
Yep, check out the interview. You're going to find out exactly what we talk about. He's got new music out right now.
He's got a new video as well. So subscribe to the video, guys. Like and share the post. Sit back, relax, and let's have a chat to Ryan Morris.
Take my hand, stay by my side. Tell me what you're thinking tonight. Give me a reason to stick around and wait it out. I'm doing the best that I can. Won't you help me understand? No matter how hard I try, I can't read your mind.
So, Jay, we're going to cut across to the wet town of Tamworth right now. We got you online there, Rhino?
Hey, Ryan.
How you doing?
G'day, mate. Welcome to Country Music World.
Yep.
And thanks for taking a bit of your time out of your busy schedule. So you've probably already done a full day's work today, I presume, mate?
Yeah, done a half a day. Rain, so I come home.
What, because of rain?
I had to come home to a really nice place. So.
You don't work in the rain out there, mate?
No, mate, no. It's like the Wicked Witch of the West and the Wizard of Oz, you know, you get in the rain, it's like, melting!
Oh, dear idea. So, Rhino, mate, what got you into country music in the first place, man? When did it all start for you?
Mate, we got a long history in my family as musicians, over 100 years of performing history, right through to my mum's grandfather, so my great-grandfather. Used to do Gilbert and Sullivan shows around the Central West districts of Parks and Orange, New South Wales. My dad's mother sang. Mum's dad was a life member of the Sydney Male Choir. Both my mother sang, my dad was a drummer. Learned his craft from Warren Daly, the Daly Wilson Big Band. They were music directors at their church when we were kids. And, my older brother plays numerous instruments. My older sister was a dancer. I just sort of got into playing the drums originally, and then decided I liked singing and playing guitar a little bit more. So I got into that. My two youngest sisters, they're both very capable of singing, but choose not to. They're all playing with horses and babies and all that sort of thing nowadays. And my younger brother is the black sheep musically in our family and couldn't hold a tune in a bucket. But don't let him know I said that.
But he can lift heavy things.
At the way I am.
Yeah, exactly. Mate, what current music you got out on the place right now? You got a new single with a new clip?
Yeah.
So tell us all about that.
The new single is Read Your Mind, wrote with Eric Sunshine Lee from over in Georgia, in the US. Rusty Crook produced it for me. Had some, fantastic people playing on that track. Laurie Mintz, Michael Cole, Luke Dallas. Luke and Michael are currently in the band with Andy McMahon on bass. And I think it's a great track. I mean, I hope everybody likes it. A lot of people seem to us so far. We're getting a lot of good feedback. It's got a YouTube video, film clips out on YouTube. It's following on from a hugely successful debut single that we put out in January, just before festival, Let Me Drive, which I wrote with Katrina Bergman. And I guess it's just, I suppose it's just what we've tried to do is put out a style of song and a type of tune that sort of really reflects sort of me and where I come from, and sort of the way I sort of look at life. It's the way why I identify with country music, I guess, is just the realism and the honesty of everything. And it's just you say what you mean what you say. That's what I was always taught as a kid. So, they're the two new songs. Well, that's the new song, rather. And the song currently out. So, if people really want to, they can contact me. And
I just happen to have one laying around right outside.
As Molly Meldrum would say, do yourself a favour. But, get in touch with us if you want a copy of it, if you're not into iTunes or Google Play or wherever you want to buy it from. It's good, we've got those two songs out, so writing some more stuff.
Where'd you do the clip, mate? Who did the clip for you?
Duncan Tubes and the guys from the Filmery did a fantastic job on that. I think if you want to go for a good product, you've got to go straight to the top. Again, back with the recordings of the singles, we did it all in Tamworth. In-house, in the town hall building, actually. Just kind of a nice little side story to it. But, again, we went to Ted Howard in Sydney to do all the mastering and the mixing at Rankin Studios there. Fantastic job, that's the thing. I always believe if you want to put out a good product, you've got to go right at the top end. And, it might cost you a little bit of money, but, the proof's in the pudding, so they say. So.
Yeah, it is. Now, with that clip, mate, is it a normal thing? Was it just a normal day for you to get booted out of your house by a hot chick? Is that, So how, who come up with the idea of that? Was that you or Duncan, or is it you just being you and just get
I did draw on inspiration for that one, yeah.
Because you drop your lip, you walk out like a sad boy getting booted out. I giggled when I saw that clip, man. I'm like, everyone's meant to have this heartbreaking moment. I'm laughing. He dropped his lip. You played the part pretty well, man.
Oh, well, that goes back to my days in musical theatre training and being able to act something out. We had to sort of school to make her about how to act a little bit. She'd never done anything like that in her life. She was such a good sport for the day. Her prerequisite to actually be in the clip was that she could ride a horse well, because we wanted to centre a lot around that. But the song's about, it's about a frustrated relationship where, the guy needs to understand what's going through her mind. And she's a girl that doesn't really relate her feelings very well. Yes, before you ask, it is based on a true story. Which didn't end well, by the way.
I think I'm just going to keep my mouth shut here, because this is
this is dangerous.
I know you. The scene there we have with Barney is that, yes, she's sort of clamming up. I'm frustrated. She tells me I'm a ratbag, pushes me out of the hall, busts into the other door, and I crack it, drop the lip, slam the door on the way out. But no, it doesn't happen very often, because I need someone actually to do that with, to have that moment. So.
Are you looking for a cowgirl? Are you right?
Maybe. We should start.
Country girl.
A country music world version of, Farmer Wants a Wife. We'll call it Rockstar Musician Wants a Wife or something.
Hey, this has probably got legs. I reckon.
Cowboy Wants a Cowgirl.
Oh, Cowboy Wants a Cowgirl. I think I like this, mate.
There's lots of.
Star Wants a Wife.
Yeah. I think we should definitely do something in Tamworth, Ryan. I think we should.
You said they've got to go 8 seconds on ball for a start.
Are you guys going to be the scrutineering sort of side of things for this?
Oh yeah.
I think so. I think that's only fair.
Yeah.
Right.
I think you leave it to our better judgment. Now, ladies, the ladies that are watching this, now you're watching this. If you've ever wanted a real farm boy, and I tell you now, this guy here is a walking country song, because what's a normal day for you, Ryan? You ride horses, you talk to cows. Do you sing to the cows?
No, I don't sing to them.
Are you lying? Have you ever sung to a cow?
I do turn the stereo up and sing, but it's not directed to them. I mean, that's a little bit on the weird side.
Now, you've done your time in the rodeo scene?
Yeah, I did a little bit. Mainly sort of went around horses, but I mean, I dagged around them for a long time. My brother-in-law used to ride bulls, and I got a lot of friends around that circuit. But a day in my life is to turn up on the farm, and I work on a cattle property, so we're always working with the cattle and mustering and feeding out hay, and we grow a lot of hay and produce it where I work. And my family's got a cattle stud back down to Young at home, so we're always doing stuff with that, and spent most of my life around horses and whatnot. So.
And you drive tractors and you drive trucks.
All the fun stuff. I drove trucks for 15 years on and off, and covered a lot of ground. I mean, I've done numerous trips across the WA and the Semi, and right up to northern Queensland and all over.
I can't see why you're into country music, really.
I think we're going to make it.
No, I can't either. It's, I mean, if you could find a bigger walking cliche, then you're doing pretty well.
I think this is going to have legs.
I reckon.
We're going to go into Tamworth. I think we should launch a campaign here. Find Ryan Love. I I think we should run, a bit of a competition here on our page. And now, ladies,
I don't know whether it's flattered or embarrassed or both.
well,
Terrified.
I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Are you up for the challenge, Ryan? Are you up for if we get some people come along and say they want to come and meet you? Are you happy for them to come along with us and do the introduction? And we can marry him. We can marry him on the street.
Okay.
We could get one of those.
Legit.
Oh well, we could get one of those internet pastor things. Like
Pastor Mick, yeah.
you can apply online nowadays to marry people. I think it takes like 26 minutes for processing, and you just got to pay someone in India.
Mick Lockhart, I can just see you standing.
I think this.
Smells and flicking the.
I think this could be a lot of fun. Now, ladies, going back onto this, don't worry about contacting Ryan directly. Just contact me because I'll give you his personal phone number, and then you can just text him, random messages and stuff like this.
My phone goes off enough as it is.
We'll do it anyway.
Good on you, thanks, mate.
We'll do it anyway.
We'll have to think up a whole heap of things I'm going to pass to.
The Meet Ryan Morris challenge.
That's it.
This sounds fun. I like this.
Yeah.
You leave that with us, mate.
We'll work on that one.
You leave that with us, buddy. That's going to be fun.
We should talk. We're talking about music. That's what we're doing.
We're talking about love. We were talking about love.
Goes hand in hand, doesn't it?
It does. So Ryan, career highlights, mate. What's been up on the pedestal so far for you?
Look, I mean, in my earlier part of my music career, I spent, as I said before, some time with music theatre, and I was nominated for a couple of pretty major awards in that. And that was a pretty bit of a buzz, to be recognised for what you do. And that led to sort of, I suppose, me pushing on to coming to Tamworth, 4 years ago, pushing on with my country music career and sort of wanting to do the style of music I'm the most comfortable with. But, moving here and being exposed and introduced to some fantastic people, Lee Simmons, Laurie Minson, the list goes on and on, those sorts of guys, they've been fantastic at helping me along and giving me some advice to get to where we are now. To have achieved what I have in 4 years is just such a buzz. I wouldn't have thought I'd have got to this point in such a short space of time. But that's a highlight for me. Is to get to a town where it's such a melting pot of musicians and just such a great family of people who are so passionate about creating fantastic music. That you can't get a bigger buzz than that. It's just such a great group of guys. We all support each other. And we're all, there's always someone there to pat you on the back and encourage you and help you along. If you do need something, and you put your hand up and say, look, I'm struggling with this, can you help me out? Have you got some advice? They're always there to help you. To me, that's a highlight. I think all the awards and although a golden guitar would be nice, all the shiny awards and stuff, they're just fluff compared to, really belonging to something really, really sort of quite, can't actually think of the word for this, but, just something so worthwhile as producing great music. To me, it doesn't get better than that.
It's nice, man. I like the fact that you pay some tributes there to the musicians and basically in a roundabout kind of way bring into the involvement that they actually have for this, because you can't do it as a singer-songwriter. You can't do it without production. You can't do it without a support network around you and a group of musicians that have good synergy together on stage. And especially when you head out and you start touring, which you're wanting to go on tour.
Yeah.
So the second you start hopping in cars with guys for weeks and weeks on ends for 600-700 Ks, it's hot and it's sweaty and it's smelly and it's not pretty. And I mean, a lot of people think touring is this awesome fun, and it is. It absolutely is. But it's
not all.
It's really hard work.
What's the word? It's not glamorous.
It is definitely not glamorous. The only glamorous part about it is when the lights go on and the first note struck up of the show. That's really the only glamour. The rest of it is consumable hours, money, and time just locked side by side next to a guy that you want to hope you get on with at the start of the tour, because there's a good chance along the way you're going to crack some eggs that, you know.
Look, and that's exactly right, you know, and that's, you couldn't have hit it any more true with the guys that I have around me. You know, we sort of jokingly named the band Something Borrowed at one point in time, and it sort of stuck because I just sort of, we needed to piece something together for a few gigs, and we sort of just pinched a couple of guys from a couple of different bands, and the name stuck. But I think we're true to that in terms of, you know, going back to the family thing in Tamworth, you know, and it doesn't matter if one of the guys is busy. There's, you know, half a dozen guys that we have around us that we can call in to fill in, you know. I mean, this last weekend we had 2 jobs over at, we did West Leagues on the Friday night, West Diggers on Saturday night. Well, Mikey couldn't make it as lead guitar, so Al Irish stepped in for us. And, you know, Andy couldn't make bass, so we had another guy, Paul Owen, he came in to play a bit of bass for us over the 2 nights, and that's the way it works, you know, and it's just such a good feeling, you know. But as you said, we do call it the Something Borrowed family. The boys and I, we're very much about looking after each other, but thank God we get along, because I think, you know, as you said, locking yourself in a car together or standing up on stage week in, week out gets pretty tedious if you don't get along with a guy.
Absolutely.
Certainly does. Mate, you've been at it a little while now. Have you got any advice for new people coming into the industry?
I think anybody younger, or anybody who wants to get into it, I mean, because it's not just about being younger and getting into it. I mean, I've got a good buddy from up in Toowoomba. He's Pete's, you know, of an older generation, but he's willing to get in and bolt down and have a go and get somewhere, and he's just produced his EP, so that's, you know, awesome. And I think, you know, anybody wanting to crack into anything, you know, you've just got to be true to yourself. Keep to your style. Don't try and sort of go off and try and sound like somebody else, or, you know, think to yourself, well, you know, Luke Bryan's doing really well, so maybe I need to make my music sound just like his. There's no point, you know. It gets a pretty boring old world if we're all doing the same thing. But, you know, just be true and do your thing and stick to your guns. You know, sooner or later something happens. You know, what happened for me is you know, we got recognised for the first single. It went to #1 on iTunes for a whole week. You know, normally it goes up on purchases and then just drops out, you know. And, I mean, that song's getting played in at least 4 or 5 different countries all over the world, you know. And friends of mine in Canada, I know from showing cattle, and they're loving it. It's getting played over there, and, you know, on radio stations all over the place, you know. And hopefully this new single goes the same way. But, you know, that's the thing, you know, just and never forget where you come from, you know. Never forget how you got to where you are. If you do go somewhere, you know, that's the one thing, you know, be humble about it. And I'm always very, very conscious of who's helped me along the way. I heard a really good saying one time. A bloke said, you need to think of yourself as a musician as you're rising up towards the top, you know. Think of yourself as a turtle up on top of a fence post. It's clearly a turtle doesn't get up on top of a fence post by himself.
Yeah.
It'd be awfully easy for him to fall off the top. And when he does, he can't get back up there on his own again. So, you know, it's pretty true. Like, you know, you've sort of just got to...
It's pretty deep.
That's deep.
That is very deep. See?
Why would you do that?
But I can pull something like that.
Why would you do that? I would cry.
Oh, don't cry.
Oh, man, that's deep.
Mick likes turtles.
I'm a turtle fan.
That's right, you know. And
I like turtles. I'm now sitting here thinking the poor turtle can land on his back. What's he going to do?
Exactly right. He needs help to get back to where he was.
Yeah, that's it. He needs a hand back up onto the post.
I don't think you realise how much I love turtles.
Oh, mate. You made me feel that didn't.
No. I just love turtles. It's great advice.
That's the country music industry for you, mate. We're a family. We all love each other.
It's actually it's very, very good advice, you know, and it's been around for a long time, you know, and I mean, you know, I'd love to meet the first person that actually ever penned that to paper, because that's a very wise guy. But it is 100% true. You know, you cannot do this by yourself, no matter how much talent you have, no matter how much money you have. There is no way anyone can do this by himself. So that's probably the best part about that, I can make fun of turtles. I actually do love turtles. I just love it. But the actual.
I'm going to be sorry I ever said that.
I know. I'm going to bring you a turtle to your wedding and give you a pet turtle.
Oh, the one you're organising.
I know. I'll do that too. You know. See, I got you, man. See, you can't do this by yourself. See, look.
That could be one of the rounds. We'll do something with turtles.
I know, right? But the analogy behind it is exactly 100% true, and it's probably the key point that everyone should realise. No matter how big, even if you're currently sitting at the top of the chain, you're still that turtle.
Yeah, and look, you got to work hard.
Yeah.
You know, nothing can't. You can't do something like this and get somewhere without busting your guts. And
yeah.
You know, this for me, this is 12 years of getting to this point. You know, I've flogged along for a long time. I've played corporate gigs. I've done a lot of the, standing in the corner of a room and no one's listening to you. And by all means, I'm not up in the top of the tree at all. I mean, I'm pretty low on the food chain. I'm quite free to admit that. But, you've just got to keep pressing on. Actually, if you have bought this, inside this, shameless plug.
Love it.
Inside the cover, I dedicated these two recordings to my grandmother, my mother's mother. And Nan, she was the last surviving grandparent I had. She followed me around to everywhere, supported me, and was just such a great fan. She always told me I had a voice like her father. And, she was just a very wise lady. She always had something really wise to say when the chips were down, and always had some advice. And in the CD cover, I've actually quoted one of my favourite sayings from her, which I think goes back to this working hard ethic, is that, she always used to say, think of life as a hill. Mark where many will stop. Avoid the crush at the foot. Press on. There is room at the top. And I think, you've got to push on. It's easy to get to sort of a point and say, this is getting tough and want to bail out. But it's those who push on past that point that say, I've got to make this happen, is where you get somewhere. You've got to just bust your guts. You've got to send yourself broke just about, to if you have to get to where you need to go. I mean, I, like many other musicians before me, and probably plenty more after me, have, had those weeks where you haven't got enough money to go out and spend time with your mates or to go on a holiday. You save your money just so you can pay the fuel to get to the next gig to make more money to keep going for the week. And that's just the way that the industry is, and that's the life of the muso.
So you know that too well.
For all the potential, Rockstar Wants a Wife participants, do remember that we are poor musicians. It's not all beer and Skittles.
With good work ethics though, and that's the key right there.
Yeah.
That's the key. Hey Rhino, where can we find you, brother? Where's your social footprint?
You can keep up with what's going on with Facebook and Instagram, both the same address, Ryan Morris Music. Make sure you put the music on the end, or you get my personal page, and that can get a little bit interesting at times.
The ladies won't mind that.
No, we'll do one better. Come to us, girls, we'll give you phone number.
Oh, dear. Oh, no.
I've got him nervous now.
You should be.
But that's where you can keep up with it, and we're always posting where all the next gigs are, and what's upcoming, and you can keep up with us there. Of course, for festival we've got a few things lined up. So between the pub group venues and the Albert Hotel, Nick and the guys and Craig and the guys at both those two places have been fantastic to us. Last year we had a show every night between those two venues, or those two bunch of guys. This year probably not quite as many, but look, we'll be all over the place. There might be a couple of sneaky shows coming along on the boil as what we're thinking, just in a different format from the band. But look, just keep in touch. Drop us a line if you like. If you've got an idea for a place that you want us to come and play, or a town or something, let us know. Even if we're not necessarily coming there this year, because we're going to put together the album. Hopefully for February we're probably going to put the album together. I'd like to tour that next year, so any suggestions for venues, we're open ears, we'll come to see you, and that's the most important thing. We want to produce great music and then take it to you guys out there and take it to people and give the punters what they want.
Bring up Townsville, get your $400 gig up here, mate.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, 3,000 Ks for $400. Sounds about right. Sounds about right.
Exactly like the music life to me.
That's the music game right there. Hey, Ryan Morris, mate, it's been an absolute pleasure talking to you today, and we do thank you for spending public holiday Monday.
Yep.
And won't be when people are watching this video, but we pre-film them. But mate, thank you so much for taking some time out of your busy schedule and sitting down having a yak to us. It means a lot to us. And
No, look. Thanks for being interested. Thanks for being in touch with me. It goes both ways.
of course it does, man. On behalf of Jay and myself and everyone here in the country music world, we wish you all the best, man. And we're going to make sure all your links are below so people can follow your journey easy, and they should. They should. You're making great music with great musicians, good production. And so, man, good luck to you in your future. And we're going to catch up with Ryan in Tamworth and have an ale.
Or two.
Oh, some of the cleansing ale needs to be done.
That's it.
Ryan Morris, been a pleasure. Been a pleasure, mate. We'll catch you soon, eh?
Thanks, Ryan.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks,
Appreciate
mate.
it.
Bye.
Did you like that interview and want to see some more just like it? Then check them out right there.
We've got artist interviews. We check out the festivals that are happening in your area.
We'll have a look at the country music birthdays, and then we'll dive back into the history of Australian country music.
We've got the CMW Country Artist of the Week chart as voted by you. And we also have heaps of weekly prize giveaways.
So give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, because together we can make a difference in the country music world.